Kanye West, Grammy-winning musician, fashion designer, and now billionaire.
So let's talk about Kanye West and his recent roller coaster ride, shall we? It seems like he's riding the happy wave at the moment, but it wasn't always sunshine and rainbows for him. Last year was pretty rough. He thought it was all over, and boy was he devastated. I mean, the guy lost gigs and even his billionaire status took a hit. That's enough to make anyone feel down in the dumps. And on top of that, he had a massive mental breakdown. He was saying some pretty outrageous stuff out the gate, and people were like, "Whoa, Kanye, what's going on?" I remember some folks even thought he'd be canceled forever. But here's the crazy part. Somehow he's managed to make a comeback. Yep, you heard it right. Apparently he has regained his billionaire status. That's gotta feel good, right? Now, here's where things get interesting. Our girl, Kim Kardashian, isn't exactly thrilled about it. She's on the hunt for a new husband, and Kanye jumping into a new marriage so quickly didn't sit well with her. She's trying to navigate the dating scene, and let's just say it hasn't been a walk in the park for her. I heard she was eyeing billionaire Jeff Bezos at some point, but things fizzled out for some reason. Maybe they just weren't meant to be, you know? And get this, rumor has it that she tried to use Pete Davidson to get Jeff Bezos' attention. Now that's some next level maneuvering right there. But hey, Kim's still trying her luck. She's been attending basketball games, trying to flirt with NBA players, but it seems like she's not having much success in the romance department at the moment. Oh, absolutely. I mean, who wouldn't want to date Kim Kardashian, right? She's got that celebrity appeal that drives millions of men crazy. But hey, she's got her sights set on billionaires. According to her, she doesn't want to settle for anything less. Now that Kanye is a billionaire again, I guess she's somewhat happy for him. But here's the thing, if she were genuinely thrilled for him, she wouldn't have chosen the exact same moment to make her own announcement. I mean, come on, timing is everything. She could have shown her support in a different way, like congratulating him directly, instead of diverting attention to her legal exam studies. But let's dive into what's happening with Adidas and Kanye's Yeezy shoes. Brace yourself for some interesting news. So, Adidas has decided to sell some of the Yeezy trainers and other products made in collaboration with Kanye West. And get this, they're planning to donate some of the proceeds to charity.
Starting at the end of May, Adidas will resume selling Yeezy products and has confirmed that Kanye West is entitled to 15% of the sales. This comes after Adidas ended its partnership with Kanye West in October 2022, resulting in a halt of Yeezy product sales. The decision to resume selling Yeezy products was made after careful consideration, with Adidas CEO Bjorn Gulden stating that selling and donating the remaining inventory was the preferred option.
Well, here's where it gets a little murky. The wording says some of the proceeds, and apparently they need to pay back the losses to the stockholders before they can allocate anything to charity. So in essence, Kanye might actually end up getting reimbursed for all those Yeezys that Adidas was planning to cut ties with. And guess what? If that happens, he'll likely become a billionaire once again and regain his billionaire status. It's a bit of a twist, isn't it? So it seems like a win-win situation for everyone involved, at least on the surface. But hey, you know how rumors and words on the street can be? We'll have to wait and see how things unfold. The chief executive of Adidas has mentioned that their plan is to sell some of the merchandise instead of just burning it. And hey, burning all those goods wouldn't be very environmentally friendly, right? Apparently, Adidas has a whopping 1.2 billion euros worth of Yeezy shoes just sitting in storage. Can you imagine? They've been racking their brains thinking, what the heck can we do with all these shoes? It's been a long time coming, I guess. They've been waiting for the right moment, and now that Kanye isn't canceled anymore and his mental health seems to be on the upswing, they probably feel like it's a good time to sell those Yeezys. Now, here's an interesting tidbit. Ye, aka Kanye, will also be entitled to some of the money under the terms of their partnership. So it's not just a win for Adidas, but potentially for Kanye too. It's like a little silver lining in the whole situation.
In a move that no one expected, Adidas has announced they're going to sell Yeezys again. But there's a catch. Adidas' CEO announced at an investors meeting that instead of destroying the $1.3 billion of Yeezys, they'll be putting them back on the market. And because Kanye West is still entitled to 15% commission, he'll be almost $200 million richer. But here's the kicker. In efforts to look good in the public eye, Adidas said they'll be donating some of the profits to charity.
And it seems like the news had a positive effect on the company's stock. Adidas saw a 2% increase following the meeting. That's good news for everyone involved. We love it when things work out in the business world, don't we? Now, let's talk about the not so pleasant stuff. It turns out that the company is being sued by investors who claimed that Adidas knew about Kanye West's problematic behavior way before they ended their partnership. Whoa, that's some serious tea right there. I wonder what insiders really know about Kanye and his behavior. Maybe one day someone will spill the beans and we'll get the inside scoop. It's always intriguing to think about what goes on behind the scenes. Investors have been pretty mad at Adidas, especially during that whole Kanye West drama, and they had some valid points. They were basically saying, hey, you guys failed to limit financial losses and didn't take the necessary precautions to minimize the damage caused. And you know what? They had a bone to pick with Kanye too. Apparently, Kanye created quite a toxic environment within Adidas, and he had been doing so for years before they finally cut ties with him. That's not a good look for anyone involved. Toxicity is never a recipe for success, especially when it seeps into the workplace. Kanye recently opened a Yeezy headquarters right next to Adidas in LA. Some people initially thought he was just being petty, like a way of saying, hey, you guys messed up by cutting me off, so I'll set up shop right next to you. It's a subtle reminder that fans subconsciously associate Yeezy with Adidas, so having their stores side by side kind of makes sense from a marketing perspective. Sneaky, right? But here's the twist. Some speculate that this move could actually mean Kanye is low-key back in business with Adidas. Whoa, mind-blowing. Could there be some behind-the-scenes collaboration happening? It's definitely something to ponder. Sometimes the business world is full of surprises and hidden strategies. And let's not forget that Adidas was apparently planning to burn all their Yeezy shoes instead of selling them off and donating the proceeds to charity. Can you believe that? Man, the idea of burning all that merchandise instead of donating it to charity is seriously concerning. I mean, think about it. That's a massive environmental problem waiting to happen. I don't have the exact numbers, but if you divide 1.2 billion euros by the number of Yeezy shoes left in storage, it's definitely a staggering amount. It's such a shame that they would even consider burning them. There are so many better alternatives, Instead of setting those shoes ablaze, they could have done something amazing with them. How about giving them away to people in need, like the homeless population in LA? Imagine how many individuals could have benefited from a good pair of shoes. It's disheartening to think that burning the shoes seems like a viable option to them. It really makes you question what goes on in the minds of billionaires sometimes. Cutting ties with Yeezy really hit Adidas hard in the wallet. I mean, we're talking hundreds of millions of dollars lost, and a whopping 600 million euros in sales gone during the last 3 months of 2022. Ouch. No wonder they were furious and foaming at the mouth. It probably drove them to the edge, thinking, if we can't make sales out of these shoes, nobody can have them. It's a bit of a spiteful move if you ask me. Adidas is in hot water now with a massive class action lawsuit from angry investors. They're furious that Adidas didn't handle the whole Kanye situation faster. It's like they were waiting until the very last minute, and that's why investors lost so much money in Adidas last year. People are just not happy with Kanye at all, and it's causing quite a saucy and scandalous situation. There's speculation that Kanye might start shading Kim with his new billionaire status. You know how Kim is all obsessed with billionaires and wants to marry one? Well, she's probably pissed off that Kanye has a new flame and all that sweet moolah is going to her. Kim loves money. Loves it. She's probably the most money-hungry person in her family, and we all know that's saying something. It'll be interesting to see what Kanye posts in the coming months. I mean, he's been surprisingly quiet on social media lately. No wild lashings out like he did last year. Maybe he's turned a new leaf and doesn't want to dwell on the past or any negativity, especially when it comes to Kim. Who knows? Hey, don't forget to share your thoughts on all this drama in the comments, and if you want to stay updated on the juicy gossip, make sure to hit that subscribe button and we'll keep you in the loop.